In this video, we are going to take a look at the IB, Business and Management, high level, paper 1, section C, questions. In this video, there are total 2 questions taken from the past exam series. The first one in this question is adapted from the 2019 May section, okay, paper 1, section C. Now let's take a look at this question. I've put the case here, okay, the case here, and the marking guidelines here. Let's take a look at the question. Now the question talks about a case. There is a business owner considering 2 options. That is option 1, market development. Option 2, market diversification. So what do we need to do? What we need to do is to compare these 2 options and try to draw a conclusion. Okay, which option is much better? Now, first of all, let's take a look at the case. We will start with option 1. The skills to do this is like this. We have to take a look at those advantages or disadvantages. Say for example, here, the U.S. wants to discourage import. Okay, so this would regard as one of the barriers of option 1. So you need to mark that down. Okay, when you read the case. Okay, skills number 1. Okay, so you try to mark down all the advantages and barriers, okay, are indicated by the data. Okay, say for example, okay, here, okay, the first one I've put down is that the U.S. might discourage it. Okay, the U.S. might discourage the the import. We may refer to the marking guideline. That is, in argument against, the U.S. is likely to discourage imports. Okay, so this is adopted from the case. Okay, from the data. Now, let's take a look. Take a look the passage. It talks about that there are other markets. Okay, that could be developed. So for this one, it would be the advantages. So we may refer back to the marking guideline in the right hand side. Okay, so that is the company may develop their business in other European countries. So this would be also adopted from the data. Last but not the least, okay, in the last a few sentences, you can see there are main worry. Okay, main worry, that is disadvantages. Okay, so the disadvantages is there are established suppliers. Okay, so it might be difficult for the company to enter. Okay, so these points. Okay, these points are all grabbed from the data. So this would be the first skills that to compare the section C. Okay, that is, again, try to take a look the passage and take a look those advantages and disadvantages. We will do it one more time for option 2. Now for option 2, the company is going to do diversification. First of all, so the company think, okay, it is very important to develop a service role. Okay, a service role. So this would be the argument 4. Okay, that is, it talks about the importance of the service role. So this one we will grab it from the data. Okay, and then next, when you read the passage, you will see that it talks about, hey, if the company is going to do the market diversification, they need skills and experienced people to help them. Okay, so this might be regarded as the disadvantages. Okay, the argument against. Okay, that is, it might be difficult for them to recruit suitable personnel to do it. Okay, so these are the skills. Okay, for number 1 set. Okay, that is, try to read the case and differentiate the advantages and disadvantages, or you may say argument for and against. So we will make use of those appendix and table. Okay, let's highlight. Okay, skill number 2. Okay, skill number 2. We will make use of these quantitative data. As you can see here, the birth rate for the US and UK is quite high. So, or let me put it this way, there are big differences between the US and UK market, okay, in terms of the birth rate. So you may take a look at this one. So this one is grabbed from table 1. Okay, so remember that, okay, we make use of quantifiable data, okay. So let's do this one more time. For table 2, you can see, okay, there are, okay, there is a global trend for developing these robots, okay, and in the worldwide, okay. So this would be, another point, okay. So let's highlight this one, okay. So table 2, you can see, right, in the marketing guideline it talks about table 2, okay. So these are from table 2 about the spending, okay. So this is the second skill set, okay. Try to make use of those quantitative data, okay, given by the question. The skill set number 3 is the most important one. That is, we will try to take a look, the decision-making tree. The decision tree. Skill number 3. And then for the decision tree, it often appears in section C. Now, how to do this? First of all, we may compute the value. Okay. Now, say for example, this one, the value would be 20. Okay. You may see, right? Okay, this one would be 20 times 0.6, 10 times 0.4. Okay. So for the U.S. market, so let me put in the formula. Okay. 20 times 0.6 plus 10 times 0.4. Okay. So that is 16 million. Okay. For this one, will be 18 times 0.5 and 8 times 0.5. Okay. So that is 13 million. Last one will be 16 times 0.8 and 6 times 0.8 equals to 14. Next, so what we're going to do, we'll try to deduct, we'll try to take a look at the expected value. Okay, so you need to compute the expected value. That is, we have to take a look at the cost. So the EV for the first one, for this one, the EV will be 16 minus 5 equal to 11 million. This one will be equal to 13 minus 3, 10 million. The last one will be 14, minus 2, that is 12 million. So you can see that, right? Okay, for option 2, it would give the best value, okay? Okay, so the best value, when you take a look at skill 3, the best value, the best expected value is one of the way to take a look at decision-making trees. But there are other ways to take a look. Say for example, the cost. The cost, okay, that is 5 million, 3 million, and 2 million, right? Okay, so there are other ways to take a look at the decision-making tree, but these are often, ignored by other candidates. So this is another thing we can do, the cost. Also, the chance of success, 0.6, 0.5, 0.8. So you can see right here, the chance of success is the third way to do it, the chance of success. Okay, so from all these, then you can do it. Okay, so let's recall all the 3 skill sets. Skill number 1, take a look at the case, try to take a look at what are the argument for and argument against. Skill number 2, make use of the quantitative data. Skill number 3, when you take a look at the decision-making tree, don't just take a look at the best expected value, but also the cost and the chance of success. There are other 2 skill sets that I would like to introduce, and in the other question, but it is also applied to this case. First one is Enshoff, force field, and SWOT. So this is skill number 4. Okay, you may bear in mind. We are going to introduce in the coming question. The skill number 5 is about the stakeholders. Say for example, if you recall, we need experienced staff. Okay, for option 2. Okay, this is skill number 5. Skill number 6 is about these. Okay, external way to do the conclusion. So let's move on to another question. Okay, this question is taken from the 2020 November Business and Management. Okay, paper 1, section C. Okay. Let's recall the first skill set. Okay, skill set number 1 is to take a look the passage to find out the argument for and against. So you may refer to the case on the left hand side, and then you may also refer to the marking guidelines on the right hand side. Okay. So here you can see that, right? So these you may grab it from the data. These you may grab it from the data. So okay, I would say for example, is opposed by other stakeholders, blah blah blah. Okay. So these you may obtain by the data. This is skill set number 1. Now for skill set number 2, we will make use of those numbers, those quantitative data given in the table. Okay. Now for example, okay, you can see for table 1, okay, it's given the net cash flow, right? Let's take a look. The initial cost would be 100. So let's take a look. These again, starting from the first 3 years, there's only 90 million. Okay, it cannot cover. It cannot cover, right? The initial cost, which is 100. So you can see in the 4th year, each month it generates 5 million. So indeed, it needs to take. Think about it. It needs to take 3 years, 90 plus 5 million per month times 2 months. Okay, 3 years to 2 months to recover the cost. Can you see that? It needs 3 years and 2 months to recover the 100 million investment cost. So this is how you make use of the table 1. Okay, now let's take a look. Now if you don't do the calculation, you won't understand the 3 years 2 months in the marking guideline. Or let me put it this way, you must bear in mind that skill set number 2 is to make use of those quantitative data listed in the table. Okay, listed in the appendix. Okay, this is the skill set. Okay, let's get to a look skill number 3. Now for skill number 3, we are going to make use of the decision-making tree. Okay, the decision-making tree. Now if you recall, there are several ways to do it. First of all, of course, it would be the expected value. So I will mark it down. Okay, skill set number 3, the first way to do it, expected value. But there are other things. There are other things that we can do in the decision-making tree. Now, say for example, the chances of success. The chances of success. Okay, see here. This one, skill set number 3, the chances of success. The chances of success. Okay, so this is another way we can do it. Okay, of course, the third way to do it is the cost, right? If you recall, the cost. Okay, the cost of the investment is also one of the way to do it. Okay, when we refer to the decision-making trees. Now, okay, so right now, so these are the first 3 skill set we've covered in the 2019 section. So right now you can see all these skill sets can be also applied to the 2020 November section. Okay, so right now we are going to move on to the 4th skill set. Okay, that is the theories. Now, in the criterion A, there are a lot of theories, but there are three common theories that must be applied to the case. Okay, so these theories are SWOT, ENSOF, okay, ENSOF, SWOT, and FFA. FFA, that means force field analysis. Okay, force field analysis. Okay, so what are these theories? Okay, after this question, I'm going to talk about all these theories. But still, before we do that, okay, let's take a look in the market guide now. Okay, now if you know, okay, what are these theories, then you can see. Okay, say for example, higher risk in ENSOF. That is new product, new market. Okay, so skill set number 4 is to apply these theories. If you don't know what are these, okay, in the end of this video, I'm going to talk about all these theories. Okay, this is skill set number 4. Okay, now skill set number 5 will refer to the stakeholders. Okay, so the stakeholders, you must quote it in a case. Say for example, the option B is opposed by some major stakeholders. Okay, so you must put it in your analysis. You must put it in the analysis. Okay, the last skill would be skill number 6. Okay, skill number 6. Okay, so how to draw the conclusion. Okay, say for example, okay, this is one of the ways to draw the conclusion. Is based on the decision-making trees. Okay, so this is one of the ways to do it. So you based on something and then you draw your own conclusion. Okay, so right now, okay, this is all about the 6th skill set. Okay, in session C, high-level paper. So right now I'm going to move on to all these theories. That is skill set number 4. Okay, so there are 3 common theories that must be applied to these cases. Session C. So right now we are going to talk about the 3 theories that can be applied, okay, in the section C, business and management, paper 1. Now the first skill set is called the SWOT analysis. Okay, S stands for strength, W weakness, O opportunities, T threat. Okay, so how to differentiate these? Okay, indeed it talks about the internal factors and external factors. For the first 2, S and W, it refers to internal business. For O and T, it refers to the external factors to the business. Okay, so you must include the SWOT analysis in your essay in session C. The second theory, a lot of candidates, they have no idea how to make use of the ENSOF matrix. And then it is about the risk. Say for example, for this one, the risk is very, very low. Okay, very, very low. However, okay, if you are going to do a new market and new product, the risk is very, very high. So you have to take a look at the case. So whether the product is nailed or the market is nailed. Okay, so this is the ENSOF matrix. Okay, you have to mark it down. It's about 2 terms. Okay, the analysis is in terms of both product and the market, and this theory is to assess the risk of making that particular business decisions. For the last theory, for the FFA, okay, that is the force field analysis. There are total 3 steps to do it. The candidates often omit the last step. The step number 1, you have to highlight the only one change factor, like altering the company logo. Step number 2, you have to define what are the driving forces and also what are the restraining forces. Okay, that means what are the pushing factors, so what are the barriers. Okay, so what are the factors that are not letting you to do so. The candidates, okay, often can complete these 2 steps. However, they often omit the last step. That is, you have to put a weight. You have to put a weight in each decisions. Okay, which factor weighs more? Which factors weighs more? Okay, so this is the most important thing that you do, and this also helps you to draw the conclusion by weighting different factors. Don't omit this step. So this is all for the videos.